injured here. 2v2 Ashes of Typhon, blue team. Mr. Ricco plays a Warboss, melee commander, walks through cover, good damage, support and disruption from the front lines. Alongside OHUEVATOR playing under the name mr.Ricco.rus as a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, fights melee, good damage and disruption, walks through cover, cannot be suppressed. Red team, we have SWAT858 playing a Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting commander, fights range by default, very good at harassing as you see here, and has some nasty tricks late game. Let's just see this engagement out, taking out sluggers. Now we'll engage the shooter boys, and he's in cover there I think. Shooter boys are not in cover now. Mr. Ricco puts them in cover. They're going to lose a model. There we go, and he's going to teleport out I think before he gets another loss. He does. Nice harassment early on. Rounding out red team, we have Gote as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive commander, fights melee to start off, has a bunch of spells. Taking the west side, it's going to be Chaos versus Chaos on the west side. We have some mr.Ricco.rus worship. There's Doom Bolts. Not sure why. Goes into melee now with the Chaos Lord. These heretics are just going to lose models in their default melee state, trying to engage those CSM but losing models getting in there. And are they going to get away? Killed a weak on retreat, nicely done by OHUEVATOR, and those guys just about get away. Can he get another model loss? No, if he had the combi flamer, he did. Some sync kills from the Chaos Sorcerer and another sync kill. Sync kills actually make your unit take 75% less damage while they perform it, so can be used defensively. Heretics for Gote running away from that Chaos Lord who has a power weapon to start off, that big scary looking demon sword. East side taken by sluggers who back the hell off. A double for blue early on. Can they get a triple? Chaos Lord all on his own now goes after the CSM, and he has the combi flamer queued up and on the way. Very very nasty range weapon for the Chaos Lord, and here we see it allows him to chase units really really well, and units are now punished for kiting him. We might see Immolate here, all of this stuff bunched up. A very nice kill to weak, and there is Immolate. Really nicely done, didn't take out any models with it, but very very nice Chaos Lord play. We see Noise Marines here from Gote, a flamer type unit, though they have noise cannons, not flamers. Disable range weapons, also stop grenades being thrown, so they are really really useful. Warboss caught deep in red territory, and here come Banshees, needs to retreat immediately and does. Banshees still might finish him off. No, it gets away. Nicely charged by Mr. Ricco. If he allowed those Banshees to just get a few more hits in, would have lost his commander there. It's a single for blue. Going to be a single for red. There's Cacophony. Disrupting surrounding units, also disrupts your own units. See these CSM forcing melee on those CSM since they have more health. Noise Marines retreat. Heretics, would they get a model loss? They do get a model loss. Ouch. Always good to make units that cost power to reinforce bleed in tier 1. Shuriken cannon for SWAT. In fact, we have double shuriken cannons for SWAT. One all the way on this eastern flank. East remains uncapped. Here are Howling Banshees. Light melee unit with power weapons, very very dangerous, but you do need to look after them and support. Warp Spider Exarch back at base healing up. West side turning blue. CSM with Eternal War, you can tell by the insignia on their guns and also the little plus icon. Of course, lose a model to those double grenade launcher heretics of Gote. Here we see mr.Ricco.rus worship. There's a Doom Bolts, nicely done. Can he get model loss? Almost did. If those heretics weren't worshipping and were shooting at that squad, he might have taken it out. Doom Bolt's such an underrated ability, I think. Usually you see a Chaos Sorcerer get Vestments of the Warp, which makes him very energy intensive, and he can't use Doom Bolts. Howling Banshees lost a ton of health there. Is that spiky armor? It is spiky armor. That's going to be very, very dangerous with a fantastic counter to light melee units. Also has the angry bits, of course. Tier 2 for Mr. Ricco, the first to go. Noise Marines making a push against this natural power, and they're going to hit at least one of these gens here. 497, 341, a single for red. They've got some catching up to do VPs wise. OHUEVATOR getting double Chaos Space Marines with Eternal War in tier 1, and they're going to shred those heretics big time. Almost took the entire squad out there. Now in a shooting match with these ones, will we see a Doom Bolt's long range? We do, and really nicely done again. Here comes the Chaos Lord. And he has the Dark Halo. Noise Marines completely wiping the power there. These CSM need to be very careful. Gonna lose a model soon, so that Combi Flamer I think needs to retreat those guys. Dark Halo goes up, allowing him to tank all of this damage, and they do retreat and do not lose a model. Chaos Lord now moving in on the Noise Marines, and there is Coruscating Flame on the Noise Marines. Not sure if OHUEVATOR has noticed, now has no energy for Kill the Weak, and he's losing tons of health. Needs to be very careful here. Sword of Flame does damage over time, as well as that Coruscating Flame ability, and I think this Chaos Lord is going to go down. One more hit with that sword and the damage over time should take him out, along with the bolt pistol, and down he goes. Fantastically judged engagement by Gote, and Reds are going to get a triple hit. Really, really nice play. Held up his VP on this side as well. Noise Marines need to be careful. Double CSM shooting them up. Lose a model, do they? Yes, ouch. 363, 341, a double for red. Now a triple. SWAT getting a Bright Lance on the field straight away. He might be expecting a quick Death Dread or a War Truck, though a Bright Lance is a very over-the-top counter for a War Truck. And we do see a War Truck, support vehicle for Orks. Cheap and cheerful, not very tough, but it will transport your sluggers around and allow you to reinforce. Takes a bunch of damage already. Here come Banshees, and I think this War Truck's going to go down. And down it does go. Use your choppers on these sluggers, scaring off. Crashed into shooters, scaring off the rest of the Eldar though. Global buff of the Warboss, increasing melee damage and I think melee skill as well. Shuriken going to try and hold up this power bash. Do they have Swamp 'em? They do have Swamp 'em. Breaking suppression and allowing them to close the distance quickly on this Shuriken and almost wipe the thing out. Sluggers with their Nob Leaders are a pretty nasty melee unit, especially since you can get that Nob Leader so quickly. Heretics just about get away for OHUEVATOR. We have a Blood Crusher on the field, and Gote has a Chaos Dreadnought on the way. This Blood Crusher is in for a serious amount of trouble. A Bloodletter riding a Juggernaut Demon unit. Vehicle armor, decent damage versus all targets, but really needs worship support to be effective. Warboss leveling to 2. 286, 320, a single for blue. Can they get... They have the west side. Can they get the center? They should be able to for a 2-to-1 I think. Doom Bolts again, nicely done. Took those CSM down to half of their health. And Wartsword Exarch is knocked off the cap by the Weird Boy, Sub-Commander for Orks. Here we see Warp Vomit, and here comes the Warboss. Now, are those Banshees going to engage him? Does SWAT know that the Warboss has spiky armor? Surely, if he did, he wouldn't be engaging, and there we go. These ladies are going to get absolutely owned. Almost lost the entire squad there. 3 models get away. Spiky armor does damage to all nearby enemies when he's hit, not just the enemy that hits him, which is why it really shreds melee units. 286, 262. We have Mark of Khorne on this Chaos Dreadnought, which has really nice synergy with the Chaos Sorcerer, since you can use this global to teleport it out of danger. And this Blood Crusher, what is it doing? You don't want to engage a Blood Rage Mark of Khorne Chaos Dreadnought. Even under worship, it's got no chance. Just run away. Here comes CSM support with double grenade launcher heretics, and there's that Legacy burn. Armor of the Inferno. Blood Crusher again engaging. Crazy. One more hit and down it goes. Chaos Dreadnought allowed to just rage after that stuff. 282, 252. Noise Marines with their Blastmaster covering the center, makes them an artillery unit. Ouch. 277, 252. Howling Banshees have their Exarch. She gets her spear because of their aspects. Warboss waiting for reinforcements, looks like. Sword of Flame doesn't quite take a model out, and we see Blood Rage again. Gonna chase these guys back into base. Increases the damage, speed and durability of your Dreadnought, but you lose control of the thing. 2-1 for red, very close. 256, 252. These guys need to flee. To run around the back of the base or something. Loose model immediately. He's gonna lose his entire squad, I think. No, they reinforce. Can he take this squad out? He's trying to run away. Blood Rage again. And a Twin Link Bolter on the front of the Chaos Dreadnought takes out the last model. Big loss for OHUEVATOR, who's looking quite thin now. Big push on the east side though. Another war truck is up. Chaos Lord pushing with his Combi Flamer, fully kitted out now, level 3. Warboss charging in. Nicely done. Catches the Shuriken. Right Lance getting hits on that war truck. Here come Howling Banshees. Stay the hell away from the Warboss this time. Going after the shooters. There's suppression from aiming. What's that? Autok dropped. Expecting the shooters to pull back, so all of the grenades missed. And this is a dead war truck, you would think. No. Again, suppressed the Banshees. Right Lance cannot get the last hit. War truck needs to keep moving, and it does go down. Rear armor hits from the Banshees enough to take it out. Warboss forcing off Guardians now on his own against an Autok and Banshees. Charges in, and these Banshees are going to get owned again. Special attack. The Autok there's not going to change anything. Look at the damage they take. That was like 2 seconds of engagement, and half the health is gone. Markov Zinc CSM versus Markov Zinc CSM. These guys do not have an aspiring champion though. Forced off, those guys will take mid for red, and blues will have a 2-1. Maybe not. Reds might have a 2-1. Double grenade launch heretics would have killed those guys very quickly. 246, 211. Warboss now in amongst some noise marines, and Gote hasn't noticed because they're just standing there. Swamp them, trying to get and chase the Shuriken, but hugely outgunned, and now the shooters might be forced off with no slugger support, and we do see full retreat from mr.Ricco. Noise marines got away in the end. Chaos Dreadnought lives, needs to be repaired by heretics, but it won't stop. 246, 211. There we see double repair. A no cap right now, gonna be a 1-1. Nobody's taking the west side. Here comes some Plague Marines for OHUEVATOR, who now goes tier 3. mr.Ricco already tier 3. Gote just hit it. SWAT still tier 2. Could go tier 3 if you wanted to though. There's a lot of units on the field, and therefore quite a lot of upkeep. Autok jumping around the map as she does. No power harasses apart from that early noise marine hit that I've seen. Chaos Dreadnought now back up to full health, and I think Gote is going to hit the center. Here we go. Plague Marines, very tough infantry unit with a missile launcher, and big presence in the center for blue. There's some Noise Marines. Blastmaster might cause some havoc here. Chaos Dreadnought backs off, Eldar, are they going to come to the center? They are. Noise Marine shot. Will knock back friendly units, but doesn't damage them unless they are caught in the end explosion. Let the Galaxy burn, nicely done. Blood Rage Dreadnought going after the Chaos Lord. The only thing that can really damage it here are the Plague Marines, and they're being tied up by the Chaos Sorcerer. Nicely done. Was that Vessels of the Warp? It was. Look at the damage the Chaos Lord's taking. Might go down in retreat. One more hit. Can he get the hits? No need. Here comes the Chaos Sorcerer. No, he gets away. Chaos Dreadnought now going after the power. Ortok dropped in again. I think she was sky leaped. Didn't see her go down. Nob squad on the field with their U-jammers all ready for Mr. Ricco. And this Dreadnought's in trouble. Needs to be teleported out. Where is the Chaos Sorcerer though? He is in retreat. He cannot use... Can he use it while he's retreating? I think he can. I don't think he needs to be still. Okay, Dreadnought still in combat. And goes down. Did not have the red to teleport the big fella out. 219, 173. Blastmaster's still set up. Great unclean one on the way for OHUEVATOR. Also for Gote though. And we do see a power cord Warboss. This guy's level 4 and has done really well with that spiky armor. Howling Banshees really don't want to engage him. Shuriken tied up by the sluggers. Take it out. But the double shooters again forced off. Nob squad forced off. Power Claw I think takes a Guardian out with each hit. Maybe not a level 2 squad. Here come some CSM. These guys need to retreat the hell out of there, and they do. Ortok now needs to be careful. Here come Howling Banshees though to reinforce Ard Boys on those sluggers. Global buff of the Warboss, and Banshees just retreats. Warboss charges through his own boys, because that's how Orks roll. Chaos Sorcerer. What is he up to? Oh, he's teleporting. Fighting a lot of stuff here. Has some heretic support, and here comes the Great Unclean One for Gote, and here comes the Great Unclean One for OHUEVATOR. Really harassing the CSM. Can he get a model loss with the Chaos Sorcerer? Heretics now have an aspiring champion, so they'll be a lot less fragile. Does not take one of those CSM out. Those guys were lucky. Chaos Sorcerer retreats. There's Foul Snare. Almost finishes off that Sorcerer. Wow. 9 health remaining. We have a Lightning Claws Chaos Lord now. These Great Unclean Ones are super heavy infantry armor, so that power weapon Lightning Claws will really hurt it, but he's going after these heretics. Doesn't have any heretic support there. 174, 164, 2-1 for blue. East is still blue. Mr. Ricco doing quite well with those knobs. Swap doesn't really have an answer to them. Maybe he does now. Avatar of Cain on the way. Chaos Lord retreating from the Great Unclean One, and now it's Great Unclean One versus Great Unclean One. Heretics backing the hell off. Single for blue now. 1-1. Great Unclean One for Gote chasing stuff. This is risky. Does have some support now. Heretics coming in, and Marco's Inc. CSM, which do damage Great Unclean Ones quite a fair amount. Also, that Avatar of Cain will need to watch out for them. There's some Great Unclean One vomits. We have some Zinch worship and some Corn worship going on. Corn worship, the best sort of worship I think for the Great Unclean One, boosting his speed and giving health regen. Dark Flames on retreat, global ability of the Sorcerer. Does not finish off the heretics though. Chaos Sorcerer going toe to toe with this Great Unclean One. Has some CSM support. Here comes the other Great Unclean One. Lost half of his health. Let's have a look at the Avatar in combat with the Warboss. Ard Boys keeping him in the fight. Ortok now coming to help out. Can they take the Warboss down? Almost did. In fact they did. The Ortok got the last hit, which leveled her. 171, 155, a single for red. Here comes some more Great Unclean One action. Foul Snare. Isolating the Chaos Sorcerer. Now he's in trouble. Needs to teleport out and does. Also retreats and levels up to 4. Orks of Exarch level 3. Warboss level 5 and dead. Chaos Lord level 4. And there's Imperial Biz on those heretics. Should you use the nuke on double heretics? Very odd. I thought there was some CSM in there, but it was just an aspiring champion. 139155. Perhaps he's trying to remove the support for the Great Unclean One. Pretty heavy-handed approach though. And the big fella's trying to waddle away, being chased by another one. Marco Zinch. Havoc. Huge damage to that Great Unclean One and snaring him. Noise and Marines will try to cap 135155. Now this Great Unclean One's in trouble. Gonna puke on the Havocs. Good grief, almost wiped them out. And does wipe them out. There's a foul snare. The damage is delayed, but it does go down. SWAT taking the east side. No, he's not capping. Here comes a looted tank for Mr. Ricco and Guardian's retreat. Should have been capping there. Not sure how long he was standing there for. Shuriken. Avatar. Double shurikens in fact. Might be able to control the knobs of that. Wait for Frenzy, then back off the first shuriken. There is Frenzy. Back the first shuriken off. Wailing Doom in their path. Catches them. But the knobs are spread out, so much more difficult to suppress them. But here come Banshee and knobs retreat. 119144 looted tank trying to keep its distance from the Avatar. Doesn't want to get rear armor hits from the Banshees too. Or tuck pulled down again on the shooters. Mr. Ricco doesn't notice. Looted tank gets away. It's the shooters are staying in there. He gets an autark and they make her back off. And nobody is going to cap the east side. Autark perhaps should have stayed around and capped then. Blues are going to get a double. 119138. Both the Great Unclean Ones are still around. Chaos Predator for OHUEVATOR and Gote going for a Chaos Dreadnought. There's Wrath of Cain, misses everything. Slugger's retreat. Can the Warboss cap? He is level 6 and really angry. There's Wailing Doom, will knock the Warboss off the cap. Unless he can dodge it, he cannot dodge it. Bright Lance now setting up. That tank needs to be very careful. Bright Lance do really dangerous DPS to vehicles, though they don't snare them. Warboss in a lot of trouble. Caught by double shurikens, he of course could not see them, if you're wondering why he just charged in there. Knobs use Frenzy, breaking suppression, rendering them invulnerable. This is a lot of stuff to take on, even for a Knob squad. Are we going to see some buffs? He has no red to use the buffs, and Knobs forced to retreat. It's basically just holding up this cap. Guardians are capping now. Looted tank very low on health. West side. Marco Zinch. Predator taking hits from that Blastmaster. Ouch. Great Unclean One for Gote is in the centre, watching over the Kill Sorcerer as he caps. And Reds are going to get a double here. Might get a triple if these Banshees can cap. 111.82. Avatar trying to keep these Orks away, but taking a lot of damage. This is also super heavy infantry, so you don't need anti-vehicle weapons to damage it. Those shooter boys are doing decent damage at level 3 and level 2. And there is the triple for red, 91.82. Here comes the Chaos Lord with those lightning claws. Very bad news for heavily armoured Chaos Space Marines. Mark of Pawn, Chaos Dreadnought again. There's Blood Rage going after the Plague Marines. Is it? It is. Knocking one over. Both Great Unclean Ones surviving pretty well here. Marco Zinch Predator getting shots off. 40, 82. East side is quiet. Blues doubling west and centre though. Eldar player, a big static here to join. Here he comes. You have Sigil of the Rift. Wow, teleporting them off of the VP. Nicely done by Gote. That's a capping counter for you. His Swampum Sluggers, and it's all kicking off. Avatar of Cain using Wrath of Cain. Knocking the knobs back, but they're going to stay in the fight. Looted Tank needs to keep moving there. Howling Banshees up against Sluggers. Sluggers will go down surely, they do. Here comes the Warboss, and he's really pissed off. 10, 82, a 1-to-1 cap. Can blue team hang on here? Here comes Great Unclean One for the OHUEVATOR. Avatar getting quite low. Howling Banshees retreats. Warboss is gonna go down, I think. No, gets away. Wow, no, he does go down. Cloud of Flies from the Great Unclean One. Avatar just trying to hold up all of this stuff and stop it from capping. Warp Spider Exarch trying to cap. Now getting smacked by huge knob hammers. Here comes an Autarch cooldown. Knob squad hanging in there somehow. And red team could not cap the centre. They do have the east side. Blues have the west. Whoever caps next might win this game. Double looted tanks for mr.Ricco. Gote lost quite a lot of stuff. Now has bloodletters on the way. Noise Marines need to retreat. There we go. Foul Snare finishes them off? No, they live. What level are these guys? They're level 2. Knobs cap mid, and blue have the 2-to-1. Can they hang on here? They might take this because red are all the way back at base and need to get out quickly. Avatar taking the time to heal up. Decision to make. Do you bring it back out or let it heal up? I'd bring it back out, I think. Because they have to deal with knobs, Great Unclean One, a really pissed off Warboss, and a level 6 Chaos Lord. Blue team holding 10-64. What are red team going to do here? Bright Lance needs to get to the centre. So do those shurikens. Obviously they want to try and protect that VP, but at least one shuriken should be coming over. They of course cannot see where all the blue units are. Chaos Predator for OHUEVATOR, no mark yet. Heretics used as guinea pigs to see what's going on in the middle, I think. And there's your answer, massive looted tank shot. Here come Guardians trying to decap, very brave Guardians. There's a big boom shot and they get absolutely owned. Still around. Sigil of the Rift again used to disorientate and teleport around those shooter boys. Really nice usage for our Gote. Would have thought we'd see Tome of Subjugation though for the Knob Squad or something. Wrath of Cain using, Wailing Doom. Great Unclean One in melee. Here come Knob Squad. They are quite low on health though. And they are just going to look after the west side, I think. Avatar's going to go down. Tanks going down as well. Triple looted tanks there for a second. Avatar dies. Warboss is going to die again, I think. No, charges away. Now needs to retreat. There's Foul Snare. And he lives with 23 hit points. He's not retreating though. Just going after the Great Unclean One. He's sustaining the fight. 10, 30. Still no cap on this central VP though. Since it was decapped by those very brave Guardians, I think. Warboss now trying to cap. That Great Unclean One went down. It will explode on death. Not sure if it will hit those guys. Not sure what the radius is on it, but it is very powerful. And it did hit them and took out the Warboss. Almost took out the Chaos Lord. Good grief. Chaos Lord now trying to cap with a very little slither of health and energy. Knob Squads now in retreat, retreating a very strange path. They do get away. Triple tanks to deal with. Autarch called down. Plague Marines taking over the cap. Fantastic capping units since they're so durable. Warboss was revived and charging into combat. Doesn't care about dying right now, just wants to hold up this stuff, and you see spiky armor going to action on those Banshees. GG from OHUEVATOR. 10, 25, and Blues have the 2-1, and I think this is all over. Warboss goes down. SWAT did not bring enough stuff to the centre quick enough, I don't think. Great Unclean One on the way for Gote, but it's not going to come out in time. And Blue are going to take this. Really back and forth game, some really nice play, especially from the Chaos Sorcerer, I think. On a losing team in the end though, 10-7, and VP's counting down in a 2-1. Looted tanks hitting power at the end of the game here. Almost level 2, and there is the victory. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.